and Friends Radio with Conrad and Raphael.
Hey, I'm Conrad Nodden.
And I'm Raphael Valle. And from Nashville, Tennessee, you're listening to
The Horse and Friends Radio Show. Of the horse, for the horse, and by the horse lovers everywhere. Well, Raphael, this is episode 1, our maiden voyage. We're going to let everyone know a little about ourselves, but who is our special guest today?
Well, today we're going to be getting a telephone call from the Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter Marianne Kennedy. And also we'll be playing one of her favorite songs that she wrote about the horse. She's a real horse lover, too.
Okay, well, I'll go first, and then we'll find out a little more about you, Raphael. First of all, let it be known that I am truly a horse lover and a former owner of 3 horses when my wife and I lived in Nashville the first time. We had a wonderful chestnut 5-gated registered American saddlebred horse, Denmark, who I miss greatly, and 2 rescued horses. I don't like to talk too much about myself, so here's a little video bio that was done a little while ago that'll fill in some of the blanks for you. Conrad Hawes Nodden was born in Bangor, Maine, but it wasn't his fault. Some say it was done with smoke and mirrors. Others insist Nick and Edna used more conventional methods. As most young humans have a habit of doing, he too got older. No, not like that. Like this. After he got old enough, he moved to Los Angeles and got a degree from the Walt Disney College, California Institute of the Arts. Here's a taste of his first string quartet. And his first avant-garde piano piece. At Cal Arts, he met his beautiful wife, Elisa, from Beverly Hills with an opera scholarship. She's the one on the right. Say something. No, the one on the right.
Hi.
Also, at Cal Arts, Conrad studied the East Indian sitar instrument under the direction of the world-renowned Ravi Shankar. This is Omia, his band member. He played on some of the Beatles albums. After Cal Arts and marriage, the couple moved to Nashville, Tennessee, where Conrad started working for the country star Freddie Hart, who had 12 number-1 hits on Capitol Records. Freddie co-wrote and released one of Conrad's songs, My Lady Loves.
My lady loves, warm and wonderful, soft and huggable, so sweet, so fine.
Soon, Conrad was spotted by the legendary Country Music Hall of Famer and Grammy Award winner with 18 number-1 hits on Columbia Records and star of the Grand Ole Opry, Marty Robbins. One of his biggest hits was El Paso.
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. On the piano is Conrad Nodden. On the bass.
Told me, Papa done told me too. Son, that gal you're living with, she ain't no good for you, but that's alright. That's alright. That's alright, Mama. Any way you
In 1981 and 1982, the Marty Robbins Group won Band of the Year, nationally televised live from Nashville. 1982 also found them by command performance at the White House for President Ronald Reagan. His favorite song written by Marty was A White Sport Coat and a Pink Carnation. Marty also recorded one of Conrad's songs called I'll Go to Pieces.
Go to pieces if you ever say goodbye. I'll go to pieces and I'll wanna die. And when I'm losing everything.
Marty died in 1982, but later Conrad wrote and recorded a special tribute to him with the song titled Marty, My Friend.
I remember the Grand Ole Opry nights. Acuff and him would get in a fight, 'cause we were always running over time. But now the time is all run out, and they're both gone. But without a doubt, we're thankful for the memories left behind.
We lived in Malibu, California for several years, and that's where we started our video company, Malibu Video Productions. We film many things, including music videos, but a lot of the work lately is with horse events, and also special filming for horses available for purchase and being featured for stud. As of a few years ago, we moved back to the Nashville area and are planning on having horses again, probably Tennessee Walkers this time. Also, we have our very extensive website named Nashville Newzine, containing video interviews with several well-known country artists as well as many videos on our equine pages. That's NashvilleNewzine.com. So now, how about my dashing co-host Raphael, who owns that famous Tennessee walking horse named, wait for it,
Ivory Pal!
Thank you very much, Conrad, for that introduction. My name is Raphael, and I am the proud owner of Ivory Pal, the Golden Palomino Tennessee Walking Horse Stallion. And I could as far as I can remember, I always dreamed about having horses. I think most kids or boys that think about, dream about being an astronaut, a doctor, or a president. Well, my dream was to be a jockey, but unfortunately, I grew too much. That's thanks to my mom's genes. All my uncles are like 6'5", and I happen to be 6 foot, but that's still too tall for a jockey. So part of my dream was kept alive, though, because even though I did live in Miami, Florida most of my life, my family and I was actually born in Nicaragua. So my mom's family had farms and horses in Nicaragua. And I was fortunate enough during the childhood years in the summers, I would get on the plane the day that school was out, and I would head straight to Nicaragua and ride horses all summer. Those are some of the best memories of my childhood and life. And unfortunately, up until the time I was 15, political strife hit Nicaragua, and I wasn't able to ride horses anymore on a regular basis. So basically, from the time I was 15 to the time I was 35, I would just be glad and lucky to rent some horses at a tourist spot or whatever. But in 1993, my wife and I, Stephanie, decided to move from Miami, Florida to Ocala, Florida, which is horse capital of the world. That was a big attraction to us. And in April of 2001, I was walking down the stall or the barn of this Tennessee walking horse barn, and saw Ivory Pal. He was like a candle in the dark, and it was an instant connection. Had to get him. Just it was, I guess, love at first sight, and the rest is history. And in November of '99, we moved from Ocala to our current place, which is Nashville, Tennessee. And I'd like to thank everybody. We can't thank you enough for all the support, wishes, and letters and emails that we had received throughout the years, and all the support at the shows, performances, And because without your support and kindness from everybody, from just fans to the industry to magazines to radio shows, without you, your support, Ivory Powell wouldn't be where he is today. So we really appreciate it and want to take this time to thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ivory Powell.
Okay, on the phone we have the two-time Grammy-nominated hit songwriter artist, Mary Ann Kennedy. And thank you so much for visiting with us today. This is our maiden voyage of the Horse and Friends radio show, and we're so happy to have you to be able to talk with you about music and about horses and your love of both.
Well, I'm honored to be here and to be the maiden on the maiden voyage, Conrad.
We'll let the folks decipher what that's supposed to mean. Okay?
Yeah, I don't even know. I'd have to look up the definition of maiden. I don't know if I am one, but I am female.
Well, you've been in the music business for a long time. You came to Nashville. Actually, you came from Nashville. Was it from Wisconsin or where?
Right. I was raised up there in the White North.
And you were a music teacher up there, maybe?
Right. I grew up in a musical family and started performing when I was, very young, and I did besides performing in clubs and working my way through college doing that, I did get a degree in music ed, and I taught choral music for 2 years before deciding, as much as I loved that and I love the kids, and that I needed to come down to Nashville and just be creative 100% of the time.
Now, that was a brave move because as a girl,
Yeah.
you went from Wisconsin all the way down to the roaring city, then the capital of country music, Nashville, Tennessee, and you had to literally break your way in through the doors, right?
Yeah, I did. I was blessed in that through some trips to Nashville in my youth with my cousin Randy. We were the little country cousins. And we came down and performed a few times in Nashville at the time they called it it's like what fanfare is now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so I had met Pete Drake, and he's a famous steel guitarist.
Right. Played on a lot of records.
Lots of records, including when this one guy called him up and said, I'm George Harrison. He goes, George who? He goes, I'm with the Beatles. He goes, what's that? Anyway,
That's a
funny,
bug,
but,
right?
Yeah. And he played on My Sweet Lord and all that stuff. Really neat guy. He had a publishing company and liked what he had heard from me. So I did kind of have an open door. By no means a salary or anything, first off, but I did have some place to go. And in those days, it was a different world. People would invite you to come hang out at their studio.
Right.
And, So
It's
anyway,
different now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very different world. But anyway, I was really fortunate to have some really good people kind of say, come on, we think you're pretty talented. We'll do what we can do to help you.
Yeah. Now, you were, was it with Pam Rose in a duo called Calamity Jane, right?
Right, and it was at Pete Drake's when I was writing there that I met Pam, and we started singing on what you call custom sessions, singing backgrounds, and for Pete with all the A-team, quote, pickers.
Right.
And it was just, you can't buy that kind of experience. And we realized that we had this really neat blend. It was very yin-yang. I'm more the alto, little husky voice, and she's this high soprano. Anyway, we started co-writing as well and wrote our hits together with other wonderful friends and co-writers. But we ended up pursuing a duo at, because everyone encouraged us. At the encouragement, I was looking for that word, of Pete and other people who said, man, you got to do something with this. And, we ended up, of all things, being signed out of Nashville. 2 chick singers out of Nashville being signed by Sting.
By Sting.
Mm-hmm.
And you sang with him for a while in the 90s, right?
Right. Recorded 2 CDs for him and toured the world with him, and it was, again...
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty darn cool.
Now, another high-profile artist who you've been good friends with for, maybe 25 years, Emmylou Harris.
Right. Before we got the deal with Sting, actually, we were co-writing and singing background on a lot of hit records and stuff, and having our, thank goodness, a lot of songs cut. We had met Emmy, and we toured with her for 2 years. I believe that was around 1986, and we've been friends ever since. Our blend with Emmy, having looked up to her and been so influenced by her music, our blend with her was just magical.
Now,
and we're still friends to this day.
And you went beyond the musical companionship there, because something that perhaps a lot of our listeners aren't aware of is that Emmylou Harris is involved with dog rescue.
Right. She had a dog named Bonaparte, her first dog, Love, and when he passed, she decided to name a rescue in his honor and carry it on with various rescue organizations, Nashville Humane, Happy Tales, and Franklin. And she has Bonaparte's Retreat, and she'll go to animal control. I'm very supportive of all of those organizations as well.
Yes.
And have
Absolutely.
rescued quite a few little four-legged critters, not just horses, but dogs and kitties as well. And so she has a wonderful rescue called Bonaparte's Retreat. She'll go to death row, basically, of animal control and take the ones that, probably won't make it, not the cute little puppies.
Right.
And she'll bring them home, rehab them, and place them. And it's a wonderful, wonderful, heartfelt labor of love, effort that she's making there on their behalf.
Excellent. Now, you've been involved, as you've stated here, with music for some time, and that's a great passion of yours, but you've also been involved with horses. Now, how did you combine those two passions together?
Well, guys, in it was 2000, my beloved little spotted saddle horse, Tonka, who I had actually had his mom and found the stallion. He was my first foal to raise. And my little, dream came true. My big dream came true in having that little baby. Well, it's so funny because of all times when he was born, that's when we were touring with Sting, and I was like, please, I can go any time except the spring, in the spring when Tonka was due. And, of course, when did we have to go to Europe?
Spring. Huh?
In the spring.
Yeah.
So I missed his
Murphy's Law.
birth, but my friends all caught it on video. But anyway, when he had a syndrome that now we know so much more about, and I'm so proactive in helping consult others. I mean, he was a teacher to me while he was here, and even a greater teacher in his leaving me with all of these quandaries to figure out. And I really, really researched and have taken this on as a passion. But he died in 2000. And my little soul dog, my little pug, who came to all the recording sessions with me, of all things, they had the very same birthday, and they passed within 4 days of each other.
Well, they were soulmates, too.
Yeah, they were soulmates, and they were my animal soulmates of that chapter of my life. And when they left, quite devastating, and I never thought about writing songs about that love, about the animals. I was a commercial songwriter, and they started falling out. And so my friends and cohorts encouraged me to go with this, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Is history. You're well known for that. You've touched
Thank
a lot
you.
of hearts of horse lovers everywhere. In fact, this year, you wrote the theme song for Road to the Horse.
El Camino del Caballo, in the ways of the vaquero. El Camino del Caballo, and I come back for more on this road to the horse.
Tell us just briefly how that felt and who was involved with that.
Oh, it just, talk about an honor. It's such a great event to see three, stellar natural horsemen out there starting a colt and compare their techniques, and it's all just such an educational, consciousness-raising event. And Tootie Bland heard about me. Of course, I released my first record called The Trail Less Traveled in 2002, so I've been doing this a while, coming on 10 years. And anyway, so word travels, and she had heard my music, and different people said, you ought to get Marianne to perform. Well, she did, and then after the first year, she said, we don't have a theme song. So I said, I think I know somebody who could do something about that.
Just happened to live with them, right?
That was a great song, and the video came out great, too. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, of course, Conrad in Malibu Productions shot the video that we showed there, and that's on my website now. But, yeah, so I wrote them a theme song. She was thrilled with it, and it was just, again, another high point.
I've been listening to your music for quite some time. Some friend gave me your CDs, and I think it was a Road Less Traveled, the first one.
Right.
And I tell you what, I put that CD in my truck, listening to it, and it was just heartwarming. Love the Road Less Traveled. That song is great. Then the other songs, I don't know if it was that CD or the next one, the
Heart in Your Hand?
Heart in Hand is also one of my. That's actually my favorite. But When You Carry Me, that's just beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just great songs that you're right. You could tell it came from your heart when you wrote those, because those emotions. There's no way you could think about those. They just came from probably your Tonka and your little pug inspiring you still, and they're
through
great.
the love of the horse, and that's I think why. And thanks, Raphael. And I was so honored when you sent me that video that you had done with Ivory Powell riding to Palomino, and it was such a pleasure to meet you down in Florida when we finally got to meet. I'm a fan.
Well, we're big fans of yours.
But the reason, I guess, I don't mix it up that much. I write these 4 CDs are about our lifestyle and this huge passion that we horse lovers and animal lovers live and breathe. And it's not just a hobby; it's a way of life. And we're a tribe. We
Absolutely.
are kindred spirits, and I'm one of us. So for me to be able to put these feelings of through humor and loss, grief, and joy of what we feel about these guys into songs, it's kind of like people say, man, how'd you know how I feel? It's like, because I feel the same way.
Marianne, we're going to play that song for the folks, the one entitled Heart in Your Hands, and here it is.
Riding my horse one day, I had a flash and I heard him say, it's more than leather that you hold. When you take the reins, it isn't some kind of magic between animal and man, more than a word or a whisper. It's a desire to understand, and you can do it too if you put your heart in your hands. Walking my dog one day, in a busy mind I was miles away. Those eyes were looking straight at me, waiting for some love to run through that leash. It isn't some kind of magic between animal and man, your hands. Take the time to touch. They demand so little, they give so much. More than a word or a whisper, it's a desire to understand, and you can do it too. I can do it too. You can do it too if you put your heart in your hands.
Well, that was a great song, Marianne. It's really touching, and it shows that you understand the feeling between a horse and the man and the horse, and in your case, the woman and the horse. A lot of people don't understand that. Your song is what touches the hearts of people who do understand, and you really were right on target with that. You've had 4 CDs, horse CDs. The 5th is coming out very soon, right?
Yes, I am. My goal is to horse around a little less and pick and grin a little more. Get in the office there, and I have the songs started. They've all been inspired. You know, you can't force inspiration, as you guys know. But then you do have to force the discipline to get in there and put the craft to work and finish these songs. So it's my goal for July, and I hope to record in August or early September and have a new record released for holiday 2011.
And people can download it. One of the places is www.mariannekennedy.com.
Right.
And they just go there, and they'll be able to download it directly or order it. How do you
They
doing
can
that?
download or order if they just go to the website, which we're redoing for a new launch as well with this new record in the late fall, kind of, pre-Thanksgiving time. And just go to the store page. It'll walk you right through it, and you can hear samples and decide. So this will be the 5th release, and I don't even want to say the title of it yet because it may change. I have a feeling, but can't go there yet. Gotta wait and see what else, if there are some more creative surprises. But it'll be the same kind of, horse-themed, animal love-themed music.
Well, Marianne, thank you for being a friend, and thank you for being friends of horses, and now friends of the horse radio show that we have going here. We love your music. Go, people, and download it. It's great. You'll love it. It's great to, they could put it in an iPod and ride along on the trail with it.
Hey, I've done that. I'm guilty.
Oh, no, I'm honored. That's so cool, Raph. And,
yeah.
A lot of people, I get emails and Facebook things and stuff every day saying, okay, can't wait to get off work and put on my iPod and ride to your songs. That's what they do. And that keeps me going, creating some more of this music.
Great.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it. I can't wait to get the CD. I'll be one of the first ones to get it.
Thanks.
And thanks again for joining us on our maiden voyage.
Thanks, Marianne.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Conrad and Raphael.
Okay, Raphael, we really had a great interview there with Marianne Kennedy. But I guess it's time that we let the folks know that a package is coming along that I think they're going to really like, a DVD package. We call it a package because it's going to have 4 main choices on it. Actually, there is a song, a music video for Ivory Pal, his own song.
Yeah, we're excited about that, and we got to listen to the demo of the song, and he did a great job in writing it. The first time I heard it, I was sitting down in the studio, and it just, it moved me to tears, literally. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that all to come together with the video added to the song. It's a real music video. And in addition to that, there's going to be a day in the life of Ivory Pal, where we're going to see some things. What will you be doing that will show the folks what a day is like?
Yeah, we'll try to bring you into what I experience, and I'm so blessed to experience every day with Ivory Pal. Just some of our routines as for trail riding, just grooming, spending time together. Just because, again, y'all have been so great, all the fans and supporters. We just want to give you a little bit of taste what it is to live with Ivory Pal and the blessings that he brings upon me.
Yeah, we're probably going to go on a trail ride with you and
Absolutely.
things like that. Yeah. And the third thing that's going to be a choice is you have already choreographed with Ivory Pal. You told him what it was going to be like, and he agreed to it.
Yeah, he approved of it.
A night performance in an arena with real spotlights and special effects, and to the music videos, to the audio of that, the song. And the fourth thing is going to be brand new stills, photographs, in a slide presentation to a instrumental version of that song. So 4 great things to pick from. And I understand it's only going to be around $10 that they can.
Yeah, we understand times are bad for people who are struggling, and because, again, without all the fan support, Ivory Pal wouldn't be who he is today. So we've consciously kept the price down so everybody could have a little piece of Ivory Pal in their big screen TV.
Now, also, this is pretty exciting, too, because this just happened, and I'm going to let you tell the folks about it. But it has to do with Horse Illustrated magazine. What's that all about?
Yeah, we're very thankful for Horse Illustrated. I got my copy in the mail of the August 2011 issue, and I was so pleased and surprised to open up the article about walkers and how their versatility and their incredible temperament, which is why I know why you also want to get a walker now, Conrad. And I opened up the article, and behold, it was Ivory Pal staring right at me. And also we got a little interview there in the article about Ivory Pal's versatility and his incredible temperament and sweet disposition. So we were really pleased and so thankful to Horse Illustrated for running that great article. And you could get a copy of it at any major bookstore, Barnes & Nobles, Books A Million, or even Tractor Supply.
Yeah, and we saw it, and it looks great. I mean, it's really pops off the page. Well, there you have it. Our first episode, the Horace and Friends radio show. I had fun. How about you?
Well, I had a blast. It was great. We're looking forward to our next shows, too. And we're going to be having a wide variety of guests, from horse trainers to veterinarians to horse rescue ranches, authors, more singer-songwriters. And most important, we're going to have a lot more fun.
So, folks, thanks for tuning in, as they say, and be sure to be watching for our next episode coming soon.
Until then, happy trails, everybody.
Hey, Raphael, I bet you can't do this.
Horse and Friends Radio.